Are growing for Fulton County, Georgia District Attorney Fani Willis to step down from the election interference case against former President Trump. I mean, can she do the job with all that's going on? That's the question. She herself is snarled in a messy love triangle, allegedly, and faces calls to resign for paying her alleged lover, Nathan Wade, big money, $650,000, despite him having no experience. She put him on the Trump case, arguably the biggest case of her career, and paid him, and now stuff's happening. Here's Trump's attorney.
I think there's a general concern in this country right now, and this sheds light on that, Martha, in that we're appointing these individuals to positions of power where they have access to taxpayer money, and they're selecting cases to become more famous, not do the right thing. And then we see this slew of corruption that eventually comes down, including this story.
Florida Congressman Byron Donalds with this: the Lord did not cause you to stumble into $600,000 in taxpayer money because you're sleeping with the lead prosecutor. There's prosecutorial misconduct. Fani should be removed and disbarred. Steve Harrigan on the story in Marietta, Georgia now. Steve.
Harris, the fight today is over divorce proceedings, whether or not they should be unsealed, and whether that district attorney, Fani Willis, should be forced to be deposed to give testimony in this divorce case. Another hearing coming up next month will look at whether the two behaved improperly and whether they improperly used taxpayer money to take vacations. Many are already beginning to say that the district attorney should step aside.
I think that the case is, if it hasn't gone off the rails already, it's about to. And I don't see anything good coming from her staying in charge of the case at this point. I think a lot good can happen if she steps away. This is obviously a huge distraction.
We've already gotten a hint at what might be in those divorce proceedings. On Friday, lawyers for the estranged wife released bank statements that show Nathan Wade bought plane tickets for himself and Willis to go to Miami, to go to San Francisco, to take a Caribbean cruise, and to rent a hotel in Napa Valley, California. Harris, back to you.
Steve Harrigan, thank you. Charlie Hurt, now Washington Times opinion editor and Fox News contributor. Now, some of those receipts that he was talking about from the travel came directly because the estranged wife, Joycelyn Wade, that's in part of her filing. And Fani Willis is accusing Wade, Joycelyn, of harassing her and damaging her professional reputation. Like allegedly sleeping around, didn't do that. And she says she's doing that also by subpoenaing her for a deposition in the divorce case. Well, you want to win your divorce case and you think you found the woman who's been spending taxpayer money, that might be a way to do it.
This gives meaning to the phrase bringing the receipts. She's literally bringing the receipts. It's all so incestuous, and I think that it very much plays to Donald Trump's benefit because it's such a soap opera. Like right when you think politics can't get any crazier, then this stuff happens, and I think it sort of undermines and reminds people that everywhere you have these highly partisan charges against Donald Trump, whether it's Fulton County or New York City or Washington, D.C., they're some of the most lawless places. And this just adds a whole veneer of sort of grossness to it that I think kind of helps him in his political argument that these are partisan charges.
All right, let's talk about this case for a bit. Legally, I've been reading, they cannot remove her from the role while, this is going on. And she has said she will not step away. So then they would need to put, and by the way, Nathan Wade, her alleged lover, worked as a municipal court judge, mainly in traffic law and family law. And Fox Research found that he had never been involved litigating a felony. But he's in charge of the election interference case of Donald Trump.
Yeah, and they have put so much effort into this case. And
money.
And money, obviously, as we saw with the receipts. And then, meanwhile, it's not like Atlanta is the safest place to walk around at night. It's not like aren't
they have
other
plenty
crimes
of things they could be
going
doing
on in Atlanta. But this is their focus. And again, it goes back to the political argument that